Ulti Zeta here. Welcome back to more Let's Play Sonic Forces. In the last episode, we did a couple stages in the jungle, and then the city, and then did episode Shadow in 2018, before now we are back to live 2024 Ulti in modern day times, modern day everything. So, welcome to Capital City. So, let's progress.
Just got word that Eggman's forces are undermanned at his headquarters in Metropolis.
They're probably staging somewhere else as part of Eggman's plan.
So
this could be our only chance to take the city.
Exactly. That's why we're focusing on a full frontal assault on Metropolis. I'm calling it Operation Big Wave.
Who cares what it's called?
Sonic is busy fighting Shadow.
I'm kind of...
Ha! Great speech!
They have more in sheer numbers. We also have Sonic. Also, if we can destroy the Phantom Ruby...
I'm getting to the point where it's like, this story doesn't matter. Do you guys really care about just hearing the voice lines being read out loud? There's the whole thing I was talking about, like, oh, we want to present the game in earnest. But I feel like, to an extent, the presentation is just not really making it interesting. It's not like a full-on cutscene. It's just sitting there, reading and hearing stuff. It's not even as interesting as a visual novel in that regard. At least visual novels, like, have full-on, like, character appearances. These just have, like, little headshots.
Infinite, activate the Phantom Ruby. Make them wish they'd never been born.
Stay calm. What you're seeing isn't real.
It's no use. Our troops
So-
are scattering in the confusion. This is bad. Our forces were all gathered together, and now they're plunged into chaos.
I don't know, it's this weird sensation of, like, I know realistically I probably should just keep listening to this stuff, but, like, there is an extent to which it's like, I don't know, I really feel like the presentation of the game just does not do it any favors. I do want to care about the cutscenes.
We're caught in enemy crossfire. Snake Squad requesting reinforcements. This is Bug Squad. We can't hold out much more.
80% of our forces have been wiped out, and we've lost contact with the rest.
Flip of the Phantom Ruby switch and everything falls apart on us.
The rookie is our only hope now.
I don't know, it's kind of hard to say, to an extent, just how much. Because, like, again, I do want to care,
We can't go on like this.
As much as it
but
pains me to say it,
it's just hard to.
what we do now is to live to fight another day.
Oh, I was pressing triangle, but I didn't press it fast enough. Let's actually just hit these instead.
Our big wave has washed out.
We haven't lost. Let's fall back and regroup.
And I gotta say, that's not really a bad level by any means. A lot of people like to harp on the levels of this game. Again, not for no reason. There's plenty of points where it's like you can just not really try at all. But I think there was a kind of a... I tanked a lot of things in that stage. I did not play it well, is the point. But I feel like there's an interesting thing to be said about, like, playing a stage and playing it well are two different things. And, like, sometimes you can play a stage and it's just fine or whatever. But, like, having to play it well, like, you have to learn it and, like, repeat it and do it. And there was a bunch of, like, little extra paths you could take on, like, the... depending on the Wispawn you had or which rail you went. So I think there's, like, honestly, a surprising amount of value out of that stage. At least for Sonic Forces stage. I don't know how it might compare to other stages in the Sonic franchise, but... I mean, I guess if I really wanted to, I could make that comparison myself.
Wonder if this world can offer
But, like,
a real challenge. And as if to answer, the world sends me a trembling child. I'm going to fight and die here, or run away in fear again.
Hey, don't be scared. This is your moment to shine. going. Don't let your fear own you.
Fine. I will teach you fear, then pain. And then, well, at least the fear and pain will end.
I guess one thing I can talk about now is Infinite. I like him, honestly. I think he's one of the cooler parts of the game. I think he's really, really funny, is my thing. Because he is really just absolutely trying to be...
The strong will always vanquish the weak. You have only your
an
own
absolute
frailty to play.
edgelord, in a sense. He's trying too hard, essentially. But I just think that's really, really funny. This is a weird fight because you have to basically let Infinite allow you to attack him, which he only seems to do after this. And I don't really know if there's a way to get him to do that without just tanking hits. But regardless, again, I do feel like Infinite is just, he's funny.
Behind that fear is a spark of defiance.
And I guess the only real issue with that is, like, I don't necessarily know how much of that is intentional. But regardless, like, it's really funny to have a character who's basically just, like, the entire thing about him is that, like, he is basically just rage quitting. And is, like, really pissed off. Like, his entire thing just comes from him being annoyed at Shadow. And to me, that's just really funny, like, in just how, as a character, Infinite is just kind of pathetic. But, like, he's still, like, this really dangerous villain despite all that, like, in terms of, like, his power and, like, what he can actually accomplish. Like, there is a genuine threat level in the hands of a character who's basically a whiny child. And that's really funny, like, dynamic to me. I find that very funny. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I was at the very end of the fight. So, guess what I learned? I learned that you can, in fact, avoid the red things for long enough, and then Infinite will just normally, eventually attack. So you don't have to go through these annoying things. So I was just being dumb earlier. But whatever.
You put up quite a fight. I underestimated just how desperate.
Ultimately, my point is that Infinite is a funny character. I just like that he's, like, a really pathetic villain, but who's also a decently intimidating villain, all things considered. So, yeah, I don't know, I just think he's fun, and he's got a cool design, and I frankly think he would be a fun addition to Sonic's Rogue Gallery in that regard. Especially since, spoiler alert, he loses the Phantom Ruby at the end of the game. And is also ambiguously dead, but I mean, I don't know, characters who have come back from the dead before, so it's whatever. Point is, I think Infinite is neat, and I appreciate him, and I think he's one of the better parts of the game.
You survived then, but you throw it all away now. Killed. This will be goodbye. What? How is this possible? It can't be. How did you? No matter.
Anyways,
2 days left. Let them contemplate the inevitable.
Infinite is neat. He's silly,
Once and for
fun, got a really fucking awesome theme song. It's such a stupid theme song, but I love it. Like, stupid in the sense of like
Things were going well with
it.
Operation
It feels
Big
like once again it's just.
Then everything fizzled
It feels
out
like
when
it's
that
intentionally
phantom
understanding that like
That fake shadow.
No, if we can.
That sounds like a promising
it
lead.
feels
We have
like
to figure out the secret behind
they
Infinite's
kind of
power
understand that
in virtual
Infinite
reality.
is silly enough to take
Sonic. I mean,
to not
the
take
Sonic
seriously.
with
I don't
me
know.
and head to the chemical plant.
what can I say? It's just
According to Rouge, there should be a database somewhere.
it's very
We
silly.
have to locate the building it's in. There's a lot of ground to cover, so just finding it will be a chore.
Oh, I know this song. This song's great. I think this one's actually my favorite classic Sonic song in the game. I don't think it's my favorite classic Sonic stage in the game, but good song regardless. Oh, can't reach that apparently. Who needs air bubbles when I can just leave the water?
Too much quiet is usually a sign of danger. Best to play it safe here.
I don't understand the level design of this game. Clearly, like, what are they expecting out of me in a situation like that? Cause like, I'm moving, it's not like I'm not moving. But, like,
Whoa, the water level is rising. Something must
they
have
just reach a
triggered
point
it.
where it's like, oh,
Stay sharp.
I guess that's that. Anyways, remember this from Sonic 2? They sure do love calling back to it. Don't they just love it? Always with this one moment from Chemical Plant. But do they bring back the platforms that drop you? No, they don't have the balls to do that. Sonic Mania did what Sonic Forces don't. Well, that's the end of the stage. Honestly, that wasn't terrible for a classic Sonic stage. It just had amusing moments of like, I'm walking, oh, I can't make this slope with anything. So now I have to stop moving and then spin dash. Which is just very silly, but oh well. I cleared stage 18. Now I get a million bajillion things. Like always. So here's the thing. I've been recording for almost 2 hours now. 20 minutes off of 2 hours, in fact. I remember my original stream of this game was about 4 hours long.
Whew. So, this is where the database is.
But I feel like
Hold on
I'm
a
going to be able to
second while I
play
access the
through
data
things
from this
much
computer.
faster.
Okay. Failed battle plans. Found it. Virtual reality weapon. The Phantom Ruby. A weapon that takes control of people's visual and depth perception to feed false information to the brain.
So it's like, I feel like I'm not going to die as much. Because, like, there were some moments
You bump yourself in it, you're sleeping
in my
yourself
original
to
live
sleep.
stream that I really messed up on, especially in the end game.
Eggman experimented with
I also
lots
played a
of
couple of
robots,
bonus stages that I'm not going to be
then
playing here.
incorporated
So,
the final version
I
into
feel
English.
like
I'm reading
I'm
this data
probably
correctly,
going
then there might be a
to
weakness.
I'm probably about 2/3 of the way done through the game,
This is
so that's
huge.
good.
Let's get this information back to the others.
Alright, so now we know what's going on with the
I
Phantom
like
Ruby.
sitting on the bench, but there's nothing to do till Tails gets back.
Way to jinx it! Metal Sonic has been spotted in the city!
Is it another fake?
Why would they bother making a fake out of something that already isn't real? Couldn't they just build more? Either way, it's getting wrecked. Let's go, partner.
This is a funny thing that Sonic Forces itself never actually explained why Eggman doesn't just use a regular Metal Sonic and why he instead uses a Phantom Ruby clone of Metal Sonic.
Watch out! Metal Sonic was spotted near there!
Also, Red Gate Bridge is another stage that has, like, 5 seconds of cool song,
Good work, partner.
and then
Keep it up.
suddenly turns into something else. So, rest in peace,
It's
original
lights out for you.
Red Gate Bridge song. Anyways, we destroyed that.
We can't let these things keep rampaging around the city.
Because now it's time for Metal Sonic. And yeah, like, they never really explain
So this
why...
is thanks to the Phantom Ruby too, huh? Eggman's new invention is a real pain in the neck.
They never really explain why Metal Sonic's fake. So then later the IDW comics had to, like, kind of come up with a reason why, and so they decided that, like, the reason why was because Eggman was upgrading Metal Sonic into Neo Metal Sonic again. That was a very silly arrangement of red rings, and I'm kind of surprised it doesn't quite, like, line up with the quick step the way it does, but whatever. I mean, ultimately, the red rings don't matter that much. Unless you're going for completion's sake, they are just there. They exist. But yeah, basically, the IDW comics retcon, well, sort of, I don't know if that would be considered a retcon, but basically it just said that the real Metal Sonic would have been involved, but he was busy being upgraded into Neo Metal Sonic,
Here goes, partner.
so Eggman
When
had
we
him just
join
kind of, like,
forces, the sky's the limit.
stuck in a glass tube.
Double boost.
It's so dumb that the game basically is just, like, doesn't let you fail the double boost. I don't know why. They just don't let you fail it. Anyways. That's Metal Sonic. Look how they massacred my boy. That's how you know that it's hard to care about certain things in this game. Because, like, I'll get to Metal Sonic, one of my all-time favorite Sonic characters ever, and I just, like, breeze past him without really caring.
Like a well-oiled machine. Fighting a well-oiled machine.
I used this cutscene in an old intro sequence once. I don't remember which one. I think it was the one with, like, the cubes of gameplay. I don't remember. Vanish Panel. And Guardian Rock. And Flying Pod. And Guardian
Got it,
Rock.
Sonic. I figured out a way to stop Eggman's Phantom Ruby.
That was fast, Tails.
Based on these readings, the Phantom Ruby requires an incredible amount of energy, which only the Death Egg can provide. We simply stop the energy transfer, and boom! The Phantom Ruby is practically useless.
Simply? Last I checked, the Death Egg is a heavily fortified, well, Death Egg.
True, but I came up with a plan. First, we distract Eggman. While he's not paying attention, we use
I've
the
run out of
Phantom
things to
Plan
talk over the
to
cutscenes about,
hack
so
into
now
the
it's
Death
just
Egg's weapon
it's just
systems and shut it down.
visual novel, the
No
Sonic
weapons,
game.
Destroying the death egg will be a piece of cake.
Well, you know, it's just crazy enough to work.
No way, Knuckles. You're too easily distracted.
How about the...
Good idea. You got your
I'm
orders,
so
Rookie.
happy.
You only have one
Ah.
more day before Eggman's plan is executed, so let's hustle.
Guardian Rock. This is the level with the big crab.
Unidentified heat source detected.
And that's not a spoiler because there's the big crab right there.
It's a multi-legged battle mech. The energy readings are off the charts.
So Eggman had another weapon up his sleeve.
I'm gonna burst all over you. I ran out of burst. Well, I can't get the red ring because I ran out of burst. Oh well, doesn't matter. I'm not really trying for those, it's just like, if I find one and I can get one, then I'm not going to say no to it.
Far, though.
Leave the chemical plant to us. Make as much noise as you can.
There's no ground underneath that. I don't know why I thought there was.
Diversionary tactics are all about the decoy you use. Just go wild and get their attention.
Don't push your luck too far, though.
Leave the chemical
Oh,
plant
I'm down
to
here.
us.
See, there's ground underneath this one.
Noise as you can.
I don't know. Oh, well. Apparently I just don't like crabs.
Diversionary tactics are all
Well,
about
I
the
think of a
decoy
reason
you
why I
use.
wouldn't.
Just go wild
They're
and
very
get their attention.
judgmental.
Don't push your luck too far, though.
Leave the chemical plant to us. Make as much noise as you can.
Okay, I'll wait for it to smash. Now I'll go. Yay. What? Wasn't there a bridge there? There is a bridge, but it vanishes. Okay. But with the screen shaking, it's a little hard to make out. Huh? Okay, now I'm just confused. What does it want me to do here? Can't stand on the sand. You can't go up. You can't run off. I'm not the bird, so I can't double jump. I don't have burst wisp on. Maybe I just need more speed. I don't know what it wants from me. The platforms hurt you if you try to jump through them. That might also have just been because the ground was there. Okay, what am I missing here? Game? Please elaborate for me. Yeah. That's not a fucking seat. Why are they different colors? That's like reader discernibility 101. I don't know. That's not the right way to phrase that, but like, holy shit, that's stupid. That looked like it's part of the foreground. That looked like a wall. Why?
Perfect. Time to head back.
Hold on. There's a
Whatever.
energy source approaching.
Let's just do our quick step crab thing. That's dumb. That's dumb.
Can't let this thing get to the chemical plant. Keep it busy there as long as you can, rookie.
Anyways. Whatever. I mean, it's a minor blip in the grand scheme of things. It's just really stupid. I can put in as much earnest effort as I can, but sometimes things will just turn out to be pretty stupid. What can I say? I don't blame myself for that. It looked like it was part of the foreground. It looked like a wall. And in any other situation, that kind of design, that kind of visual design, would indicate a wall. So again, I don't blame myself for that. Ten retries. I hope that's the most that happens in this game. Whatever. And with that, I still somehow managed an A rank. Moving on, moving right along. Let's just forget that ever happened. And now we're at 42.86%. Such a meaningful number that means absolutely whatever. Bomb block 1. And network terminal.
I'm almost at the chemical plant.
Oh, so far so good.
Next, we've got to get to the computers.
Perfect. I've been waiting for my turn to...
I think another thing with these cutscenes is that, honestly, I just kind of want to get into the gameplay. That's another thing. I'm just like, I want to play the game. Please let me keep playing the game. And I think part of that might be because the stages themselves are as fast as they are, to that extent.
They won't know what hit them.
Oh, this is a boost game that requires the white wisps to boost. That's correct. I'm a little more used to, mentally to Sonic Generations and Unleashed, I guess, where you just get rings for boosting. But oh well.
I'm heading into the chemical plant now. I'd enjoy this even more if I wasn't on a mission. Okay, I'm in.
The computer room is up ahead. You should be able to shut down the Death X defense system from there.
Oh, it's this stage. I remember this stage. What was I just saying? God damn it, this is always what happens. It wasn't about the boost. I remember I was talking about that, but that wasn't, like, the subject that I wanted to talk about. Oh, it's the length of stages. That's right. There's a vibe of, like... The stages themselves are fairly short, so while cutscenes typically are, like, expected to be, like, the fun break in between stages that, like, lets you, like, kind of regain your bearings and, like, remember, oh, okay, yeah, this is, like... This is like my reward. I get to, like, keep going. I get to, like... A break in gameplay usually is meant to come, like, after a good stretch of a portion of gameplay. It's why something like Pokemon will be annoying to people when they, like, have a cutscene and then, like, 5 seconds of walking and then another cutscene and then 5 seconds of walking. Like, it's more than just, like, the question of, like, why would you not just have it be one cutscene? It's more like a... It's an uneven amount of, like, gameplay to cutscene, like, ratio.
Hurry! Just destroy the Death Egg and cut off the power supply.
And so, like, only playing a little bit of these stages, like, in, like, their 2-minute, like, long situations, which is, like, fine inherently, it's not, like, a terrible thing. But then it's, like, getting, like, these, like, minute-long cutscenes in between a 2-minute-long stage makes me gonna go, like, just let me play the next stage already, sort of vibe. Like, in a way, it's kind of like a, I want to play the game more. So it's not like a thing of, like, I don't care about the game. It's more just, like, let me get onto it. To that extent, I honestly really like the way the game also does pull from Sonic Heroes in an extent. With how the stages get dialogue in between the in the midst of like the actual stage and level. Like, you'll get character moments of dialogue and like technically counts as story bits. But the point is like that, yeah, things are happening and that matters, and that's cool. And even if the story itself isn't very good, it's like, I at least appreciate that, like, these things happen while I'm playing the game. I kind of wish more... What did... Why did the upper path exist before the lower path went away there? That was silly. Shoutouts to Sonic Forces. Everyone's favorite Sonic game. Honestly, I would love to meet somebody whose favorite Sonic game is Sonic Forces, and it's not just also, like, simultaneously the only Sonic game they played. Because I would just love to hear that opinion. Like, why? Why is it? That's not even, like, necessarily, like, a... How could you ever do that? Why? It's more so just, like, what is the opinion that makes you like that? What is it about Sonic Forces that makes you prefer it to other games? Like, there's a value to asking that question for somebody who has that opinion, and I would want to know why. I mean, my favorite Sonic game is Sonic 06, I think, at this point. Oh, that's not the end. For some reason I saw that and I was like, oh, that's the signpost at the end of the level. But then it was an invincibility box. And there's a signpost that indicates the end of the level. How silly. Alright, that's a stage that I feel like I definitely earned an S rank on. All those rings, good time, no deaths. Yeah, give me that S rank. I did pretty darn well there. I got a scarf and a giant mustache, boots, gloves, and glasses. And I got an S rank. Bangs and gloves and boots and shoes and stripes and stuff and whatever. And the death egg exploded. Yay. I have no real emotion about this.
Should be down to almost nothing. That's right.
Those resistance pests and their clever little plots. They're like something on your shoe that you can't wipe off.
It appears they have taken our legs right out from under us. Quite impressive, really.
I don't have legs. Neither do you, dude.
Don't remind me, dude.
5 more hours before the plan is executed. Infinite, let's make a tactical retreat so that we can remobilize our forces.
And by tactical retreat, you mean to say flee with our tails between our legs. I'm quite displeased about this, Doctor.
Shut up and just follow me!
What? Wait!
Moving on. Yay, we did it. Laser Cannon 1. I think the other reason why I'm also so willing to, like, skip through some of the cutscene things is because it's also, like, again, I did already play this game on my channel in full, more or less. So, even if it's a single stream VOD, like, I don't know, again, it's on my channel already. You have avenues to do it. So this is just a replay to see how I feel about the game so far.
Rouge is right. The fact that
And I think the thing that I'm feeling about the game is about the same that I kind of expected, in that
I just want everyone to get home safely.
it's fine so far. Like, it's not incredibly exciting, but, like, it's really not a bad game. It's just an underwhelming game. That's its biggest sin, is just that it's underwhelming. And I understand being underwhelmed is disappointing.
We're fighting to get our world back now.
And
Don't stop,
the game's length is also, like, certainly a factor towards, like, oh, why couldn't it have been better, and why couldn't it have been longer, why couldn't there have been more to it? But, I don't know. Well, that does remind me of that old, like, that old thing way back when, like, that YouTuber, I think it was Ouija God,
We'll provide as much cover.
who, like, made headlines for beating all of Sonic Forces on stream, and then immediately, like, refunding the game. See, I knew that was happening, and I was trying to take that slow, because I remembered this happening when I first played this stage, where, like, it was hard to, like, make the turns. And it still got me. Hey, I want it on record that I pressed the button when I was supposed to there. But okay. So he played the game in its entirety, beat it, and then refunded it on Steam. And, like, that was kind of, like, a whole thing. And, like, I think the thing that still kind of bothers me about that situation is mostly just, like, the way he kind of abused Steam's refund feature really bothered me, because, like, we very rarely get, like, really consumer-friendly, like, really good, like, features like Steam's refund feature. And I feel like a really publicized situation of somebody abusing the feature and lying about, like, the reasoning behind why the game was being refunded was not a very good look, and was very likely to just get the feature changed or revoked. It didn't actually do that, but it still, like, annoys me because I don't trust big companies like that. I don't trust companies to keep situations like that if people are taking advantage of a situation. And, like, the advantage being taken, if you don't remember or didn't hear about it, was basically his excuse for refunding the game. Because Steam has a feature where it's like you play a game, and if it's within a week of buying the game, and you have less than 2 hours of playtime, then you're allowed to refund the game and get your monies back. There's even a game on Steam that's like, try to refund me or something like that, where, like, the entire point of the game is, like, it's a short game, and the challenge is, can you beat it in under 2 hours and get a refund? Which is a very funny, like, concept for a game, I think. I don't know if it necessarily breaks Steam rules or anything, but, like, regardless, it's a funny concept for a game. But, like, when you do get a refund, there's also, like, you have to provide a reason for why you're getting the refund, and the person who did that was like, hey, this game wasn't what I expected. And what he meant by that, he didn't, he was like, oh, it's not a good Sonic game. It's, like, it's way shorter than I expected. It's not as quality as I expected, that sort of thing. Which is like, I understand that meaning, but that's not what the meaning of the game wasn't what I expected was in fucking from Steam's reasoning, you know? Like, it's a really misleading, like, way to phrase that he didn't like the game, you know?
It's a little something that the Phantom Ruby cooked up.
It's a dumb thing that I don't really like, and I feel like that's what still kind of bothers me about that situation, but it's also still such a minor situation in the grand scheme of things, and it seems like Valve was okay with it. They never changed Steam refund methodology, so whatever. The point is, more digital storefronts should have refund methodology, because Steam refunds are awesome. And I was just worried that we were going to lose it because of some guy messing around with a Sonic game.
Tisk tisk.
Oh well.
Since you always destroy the power source of my weapons, I decided to learn from my mistakes. I had a backup power source created under Metropolis.
Anyways, welcome to Null Space! The level that everybody points to in this game as Sonic Force's biggest missed potential. Because, look at how cool this place looks. It's all these cubes.
Double boost.
All these cubes. And you literally have to do nothing
Got this. Keep it up, partner. Nothing can
for a
contain
good
the two of us
15
at max
seconds,
power. Not
and then
even
the
Null
stage just
Space.
becomes back to Metropolis immediately afterwards. And like, story-wise, it doesn't really add anything either.
You just up and disappeared.
But like, gameplay-wise, it's also disappointing because it's like,
Track down Eggman.
we get this cool, like, visual new area that's, like, thematic to the world and everything, and it's just like, oh, I guess it meant nothing. Oh well. Pushing on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna give a thing to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight. Fist Bump is a fun song that I find very amusing. I'm taking this level very seriously because I played this level like horseshit the first time I played it.
We should have things under control soon. You're gonna miss out on
So I don't want to repeat my mistakes. So I'm taking it very seriously. I want to play this level well. Wonder how you get that red ring. Oh well. Whee! I missed the rail. Camera? The camera did not help me re-aim myself back onto the rail. Wow, I'm far back. Well, so much for playing this stage really well, huh? Well, I have another chance to figure out how to get that one red ring, I guess. I go this way. Clever. I'm just not gonna press any buttons. Yeah, that was the problem. I was pressing buttons. Don't press buttons in games. I did the thing. No missile ostriches for you. Hi guys, did you miss me? Alright, well that was still much better than my original playthrough, I'm pretty certain. Dying once, I'll take it. Anyways, yeah, Null Space is, like, it's disappointing, really, because, like, there is so much you could do with the idea of Null Space, and they just, like, cut it out for 15 seconds. And, like, it's even cut down from, like, the original version, because, like, data miners have found that, like, if you pull Sonic and the Avatar back, like, 20 feet, there's, like, 3 unused voice lines from Sonic.
It's impossible to get under the Phantom Ruby's
But
sound space.
it's also just, like,
Well, maybe by myself, but I have
even
a
if you
little
do that,
outside
it's still
plan.
just a big long straightaway, so it wouldn't have been that different, regardless, even if they kept that in. I don't know, it's just like, why would you not do anything more with that? It's just,
We'll still have the
I don't want to call it creatively bankrupt, but it does feel very disappointing that, like, they have this cool idea that they can do something with, and then they just don't do things with it. And you don't even have to play any of it, because, again, you don't have to double boost in this game. So, I didn't double boost, and I made it through just fine. So, I don't know. It's very silly. It's 15 seconds. It's Null Space. Okay, we're getting into Endgame now. And Eggman Empire Fortress. That's when things start really amping up from what I remember. So, next time on Let's Play Sonic Forces. It might be the finale, honestly. Depends on how well these things go. But for now, I'll see you guys next time for Eggman Empire Fortress. These are the difficult levels. These ones right here. So we'll see how well they go.